at the Republica Day 2, and I'm happy to have Maxwell Salzberg with me, one of the founders of Diaspora, the well-known open source social network. And I would like to ask you, what is the current state of Diaspora? How is it going?
It's going really well. I mean, development is sort of ongoing, and we're just kind of focusing right now on kind of building out the technology and sort of fostering the open source community. Not trying to quite go after so many users yet, because we're still in development. We kind of have this weird scenario where we were in the public from day one. So little known fact: every good social network you've ever used has been out for a year before you ever heard of it. So we're just trying to take our time and do a good job.
So what are the biggest obstacles that you are dealing with at the moment?
Definitely with the biggest obstacle I think we have right now is just that we don't have enough people on our team. Just the feedback.
How many are you?
We're still only 4 people, and then we have maybe 15 core contributors who donate their time, so they're not necessarily there all the time, but a fair amount of time. But the feedback we're getting is just go faster from our users, and I want more features. I want it to do this. I want to build this on top of it. And there's only so many hours in a day, and so much other stuff to do that isn't coding, unfortunately, now that we're building out the product.
Okay. So talking a little bit about Facebook, because you're always compared with Facebook, and there's this kind of connection. Mark Zuckerberg commented on it, and are you in contact with him? Are you talking to him?
We've never. He is one of our backers, and we thank him for his generous donation. Like all of our backers, it's very nice of him. We've never talked to him, no.
So do you know what he thinks about Diaspora? Do you have an idea?
I have no idea. I mean, all I know is what he said in the press, I guess, that he thought it was kind of cool, and I mean, that's cool. I mean, I don't agree with how he thinks about sharing between 2 human beings, but I mean, he's clearly made something people want, so I mean, you can't argue with that.
Okay. And do you think, looking at the future a little bit, Facebook is extremely huge, at like 600,000 users. Do you think there's space for more than one large global social network?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Diaspora isn't going to necessarily look like Facebook. I don't think there's going to be another monolithic social network that'll be bigger than Facebook. But I think that what there will be is lots of loosely connected sites that sort of make up the internet that could be way bigger than Facebook. I think that there's a little bit of Facebook fatigue. I mean, I don't know. I don't think Facebook's going to be this eternal thing. I mean, it might be around forever, but just like AOL still exists, but it's not what it was when it was in 1997 or whatever.
So you believe in change, and you think?
I do. I don't necessarily think. I mean, it very well could be Diaspora, but it's going to be something else. But Facebook not being a huge behemoth is inevitable. I don't think that it's necessarily us. Hopefully, it will be us, but it'll look really different. It's not going to be a one-to-one replacement. Okay. Just like Netscape didn't one-to-one replace AOL.
Yeah. So how do you want to attract people for using Diaspora?
Well, I mean, we have a very weird scenario where we do have a lot of mainstream knowledge about it. But I think a really, really good sort of organic way that we can test to make sure that people really want to is we want to kind of light up the unlit sort of social web. So there's so many communities online that are huge in numbers that are still stuck in forums sharing about weird niche kind of things, whether it's audiophile equipment or what to do in Berlin. There's all these communities that just have sort of said yeah, Facebook doesn't really fit what we are. We're maybe a small community. Maybe we're 50 people. Maybe we're 500 people. Maybe we're 1,000 people. These little topic-based sites. So, oops, sorry. We good? Okay. So I think the first step is this idea that we want to connect relevant silos of information that aren't connected to the social graph right now. It kind of takes this grassroots approach that we're not going to build our network by getting people to sign up for our website necessarily. We're going to build our network by introducing more and more fringy, long-tail communities and making them have a way to just kind of communicate with each other and band together.
Is that already happening, or is it?
So we haven't. We're ready for it to start happening. We still have a few more things to sort of decouple. We sort of built it in a monolithic way, so if you try the alpha right now, the interface and the back end are coupled together. They're the same thing. And we did that on purpose to basically make our lives easier, but that's not how it will be going forward. That it's very necessary that we say that there's technology that allows social information to be shared in between social networks by people who want them to be shared, different accounts, different places. And there's like the UI, which we kind of think is like the Facebook app for diaspora. That's a very similar kind of experience. That's, you know, nothing too crazy different. But the idea is that any developer could make a new experience on top of it, and all they have to worry about is making some new cool thing for people to share. And if it's built on top of Diaspora, it just can be pushed to any one of the networks that support the protocols. So it's very much like a grassroots, like get it into existing places. Where are people not sharing on Facebook because it doesn't fit the way that their community shares, which I think is a lot of people. But I think it's important that we grow steadily and kind of like, again, it's about making stuff that works for a certain group of people and then moving to a new group of people and making it work for them.
So if you have one wish free for the diaspora, which one would it be? What would you wish?
Wish for, like, in terms of like what we hope happens, or?
Yeah.
I mean, the like wildest dream is that, you know, one day Facebook implements diaspora protocols. It would just be another diaspora federating information. I mean, that's the like crazy goal, is that, you know, diaspora is successful and kind of, you know, going from the outside in. At some point, it'll make sense for Facebook to just be willing to push and pull the information.
Okay.
That's a crazy idea.
That's crazy, but nice. Thank you.
All right. See you.